नमस्ते, स्वागत है आपका हिंदी गेमर्स पे। ये पीटर कैरी के मर्डर का चौथा भाग है। तो बिना वक्त गवाए चालू करते हैं शर्लॉक होम्स क्राइम्स एंड पनिशमेंट्स। यह है अगला सेकेंडरी टास्क। तो जाके नेलिकन की पूछताछ करते हैं।
I have heard the story of Dawson and Nelligan, the West Country bankers.
Yes, Joshua Nelligan was my father.
I am aware that it had a bad ending. When the bank failed, it ruined half the families of Cornwall, whereupon Joshua Nelligan disappeared.
My father was under extraordinary pressure. Dawson had retired. I was only 10 years of age at the time, but it was still old enough to feel the shame that befell our family. My father was convinced that he could pay off all his debts if the creditors gave him time. He set sail for Hammerfest in Norway in his small yacht just a few days before an arrest warrant was issued. He left my mother a list of the securities he was taking. No word was ever heard from him again. We believe that his vessel went down, taking with it everyone and everything on board.
Thank you for the story, Mr. Nelligan. At last, we are making some progress. Interesting. Joshua Nelligan and Peter Carey were both at sea in Norway. There is definitely some connection between Peter Carey and Joshua Nelligan's disappearance.
वुडमैन्स ली जाके शिप लॉक्स चेक करते हैं।
(1883). That's the one I need. This is the crew list of the Sea Unicorn. This is the crew list of the Sea Unicorn. Log notes for June. Nothing unusual. Log notes for July. Nothing special. Log notes for August. These pages have been torn away. Canadian Pacific Railway, CPR, a torn piece from a bond certificate. I have seen this abbreviation somewhere very recently. There are 3 ways of discovering what happened in August of 1883 aboard the Sea Unicorn. The first 2 of these will require speaking with a dead man. The last would be to locate vital witnesses the sailors involved in this whale hunt campaign.
सी यूनिकॉर्न के क्रू को ढूंढने के लिए विगिन्स नाम के बंदे से मदद लेनी पड़ेगी।
Something new, Watson. I have the list of sailors who were aboard the Sea Unicorn. We shall soon learn what happened to Nelligan's father. I have only to find them. Let us hope they are still working at the harbour.
I think that if you pretend you're from Scotland Yard...
I doubt it, Watson. And really, I would prefer that all of this remains quiet for now. But I have another solution. I'll call in the specialist.
And who might they be?
The secret police division of Baker Street.
Ah, you mean young Wiggins and his gang?
Yes. Believe me, you'll receive more useful assistance from these little urchins than from a dozen yard detectives. Those children are everywhere. They see and hear everything, and they are cunning. All they lack is organization. I'll summon them.
How will you do that?
There is always a watch beneath our window. I have only to call him.
ओह, एक कुत्ता। ठीक है, खिड़की पे जाके विगिन्स को बुलाते हैं।
Wiggins, could you come upstairs, please?
At your service, Mr. Holmes.
Wiggins, I need you to track down certain people for me. I'll give you a list. You can read, can't you?
Big Oliver from our gang. He can, because his father is the coachman of a famous lawyer.
Fascinating. Here is the list of sailors.
Sailors? Easy. Just got to look where the rum and the red lights are.
Sorry to trouble you, Mr. Holmes, but the inspector asks that you come to the station as soon as possible.
Thank you. I'll be there shortly.
चलो जाके देखते हैं लस्टर्ड ने किस काम के लिए बुलाया है। जब भी कुछ हो जाए बुलाओ मिस्टर होम्स को।
Mr. Holmes, I'm glad to see you.
As always, what happened?
We have a new suspect, Liam Hurtley. I'm thinking that this case will be resolved very quickly now.
Interesting. Pray tell.
Well, the constable that I left at Woodman's Lee noticed a suspicious individual prowling around during the night.
Do you have him here?
Yes. He refuses to speak with us, but we'll make him talk.
Let us hope so.
Ah, yes, and one more thing. The constable told me that at the time of his arrest, the fellow was writing a letter.
Do you have it?
Of course. It's in the evidence room, at your disposal. Admit that for once, Mr. Holmes, Scotland Yard is a step ahead of you, eh?
Breathtaking.
ओके, तो स्कॉटलैंड यार्ड ने कुछ तो काम किया। एक नया सस्पेक्ट पकड़ा है, नाम लियाम हर्टली। पहले उसके सामान की जांच करते हैं।
These are the suspect's belongings. Liam Hurtley's old boots. They're a size 9.5. The stains are fresh. They can be removed with the proper chemicals. A pen. Nothing unusual about it.
तो जाते हैं लियाम हर्टली की पूछताछ करने।
Please escort this suspect for interrogation. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Sherlock Holmes. I would like to ask you a few questions.
I've already told the police that I've nothing to say. And you're not even part of the police.
Precisely, and considering your situation, it might be wise to speak with someone who is, shall we say, rather more neutral. You are a suspect in a murder case.
I know. Inspector Lestrade told me. It's ridiculous.
Could you at least tell me who you are, and exactly what happened that you should be brought here?
My name is Liam Hurtley. That I can tell you. But you're not getting any more than that.
Well, we shall see.
ये कुछ बोलने के लिए तैयार नहीं है, तो पहले कैरेक्टर प्रोफाइल निकालना होगा। पुराना निशान, क्रेस्टेड रुमाल, पौधों के अवशेष, माली के हाथ।
That's all for now.
अभी घर जाके हर्टली के लेटर के साथ केमिकल लोचा करते हैं। पहले वॉटसन से बात करते हैं।
A new suspect, but this one refuses to talk. This case is more interesting than I first imagined.
I need to prepare a chemical agent that is capable of removing fresh ink. For this purpose, the chemicals from the flasks should be combined in a certain order to perform a chain reaction. First condition, all 7 reagents should be used. Second condition, orange reagent should be the third one in the sequence after the blue reagent. Third condition, colorless reagent should be added after the orange reagent.
ऑब्वियसली पहले ब्लू रिएजेंट है। बाद में ग्रीन डाल के देखते हैं। अब तक बराबर चल रहा है। वापस ब्लू डालते हैं। ठीक है, कुछ हुआ नहीं। कलरलेस डाल के देखते हैं।
No,
Whoa.
something isn't right. I need to start the reaction from the beginning again.
बाल बाल बचे। वापस करते हैं। ऑब्वियसली पहले ब्लू है। उसके बाद ग्रीन। ब्लू। अभी शायद ऑरेंज है। ओके, समझ गया। ऑरेंज, कलरलेस, ऑरेंज, कलरलेस।
Done. Now I can proceed further. Let us see if the content of this letter sheds a little light upon the mystery. I did as you asked and hid them well. Interesting. How would Hurtley react to this?
चलो जाते हैं हर्टली की पूछताछ करने उसके पत्र के बारे में।
Please escort this suspect for interrogation.
आपने क्या छुपाया है?
So tell me, Mr. Hurtley, what did you hide?
Hide? What are you talking about?
I did as you asked and hid them well. Should I continue?
My letter? But the ink? That's impossible.
A touch of chemistry, nothing special.
Well, you're a smart one. But it's nothing. If you want to know, I was referring to my tools. It was to do with my work, see?
I will check that, Mr. Hurtley. That's all for now.
वुडमन्स ली जाके हर्टली के जूते फुटप्रिंट्स को मिला के देखते हैं। ओहो, परफेक्ट मैच।
Boots match the footprints exactly.
डिडक्शन करते हैं। हर्टलीज फुटप्रिंट्स और लेटर जोड़ते हैं। नहीं, गलत है। फुटप्रिंट्स और नो गार्डनर जोड़ते हैं। हाँ, बराबर है। इसका मतलब मिसेस कैरी ने झूठ बोला। उनकी पूछताछ अगले वीडियो पे होगी। तब तक के लिए अलविदा।